staring at me. Get yourself a serving, maybe two. Talking Bulls basketball is what we do. Get your garlic bread and your dish of the week on spaghetti and meatballs. Oh yeah, spaghetti and meatballs. Don't forget the Parmesan cheese. All right. We are back with another episode of Spaghetti and Meatballs.
Can I ask a question? Have you been getting people asking, like, how do I set that as my ringtone? Because I've been getting, like, tons of people, like, how do I set that as my ringtone?
Well, I'm working on it right now.
Okay.
Some copyright issues, some legal going on, but I'll hopefully get to the bottom of it.
I would love to set it as my ringtone.
Yeah, I'll get that out to you as soon as I figure it out.
All right, so let's since our last meeting, since our last show, I mean, we went into New York.
Oh,
and
we owned it. Yeah,
care of business. Yep. So,
yeah, that was a great weekend, man. That was when week in general. I know that there's some things we're going to get into here that are, a little concerning, but
let's not be Debbie Downers. You know, we thought for the show, if we could go 2-1 with New York and Denver, we'd be pumped.
Yep.
3-0.
3-0, baby. And all three wins impressive in their own right.
Yes, and different.
Yes, exactly. That New York game came out on fire. Vooch again carried over from his previous game and kind of let it slip away third, fourth quarter, but come crunch time, we closed it out like we needed to. And
the Denver game is like, we get the news about DeMar. We start out slow. We're down 10-12 in the first half. Second half, kids, here we come.
Yeah.
We win in convincing fashion.
They scored 63 points in that second half the other night. So,
well, let's not give away too much of our content,
Sorry.
As we always,
Self here.
Yeah. We're famous for blowing early loads. And like we don't want to be known for that anymore.
Yeah, no. We're paying.
Do you got any shout outs?
Yes, I do. I have one shout out to my buddy Harrison McGuire, big Bulls fan, big NBA fan.
Oh.
He is my guy he's got the finger on the pulse. He knows what's going on. So I'm thinking that at some point he actually might
jump on,
make an appearance. He's especially coming up with trades and needs that the team might need. And so anyway, Harrison, big shout out.
Harrison, love it. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And you know what? We need a guy that is NBA. Like we're Central Division. We're obviously Bulls, but it's somebody, these West Coast games,
right.
Some of these, Orlando games. We got Phoenix, we got it's everywhere. And we don't always say, as you say, have a pulse on it.
Yeah, we've said before we get a little tunnel vision, just with the Bulls and what's going on in our division and stuff. But he knows what's going on out there, so we'll definitely have him on at some point.
Awesome. I got one shout out.
All right,
another one.
No, I have a comment or a question for you from Twitter, but
and I got a Twitter one too that I had to write down. So it's a story and a shout out. So it's like an hour ago or something, and I'm at work and I'm walking past the office and I stop and I have our central office, our business office here, and I poke my head in. There's two ladies that said, "Hey, you know what? It's Wednesday. You know what that means?" And one of them, I'll give her a shout out, Diane Myrtle, right next door, right here through this wall. She goes, "Spaghetti and meatballs."
He knew.
So that's a shout out to Diane next door. If you want her extension, let me see here. I don't know if it worked for you, but it's extension 352. So right next door.
It's worth a try. I'm going to call it.
It's worth a try. So that's mine.
All right. Well, we appreciate that.
What do you got?
This is a question from Twitter from handle EIStew97.
Okay.
So I'm assuming maybe a fellow Panther.
Maybe a little before our time, but
possibly
went to Stews evidently.
but he's heard some rumors about you. He wants to know.
Okay, here we go.
Is it true that you used to host pajama parties inside Lance Arena with Henry Damercant and Kevin Duckworth?
Oh, okay. Guys, I've heard that.
What's
Damercant one time. I didn't host it.
Oh, okay.
It was, I'm getting a late night pump in,
Sure.
and he asked me to rebound for him. That was it.
I got
That was it.
Funny how stories evolve that, you know.
I'm just getting my swole on, and he's in there just boom, boom. And he's like, hey, man, can you?
This guy.
Damercant, you know, I love him. We were in the Damercant's Minions, our fantasy league a few years ago.
Yep.
Love the guy, EIU legend, but no.
He's actually, I didn't know this until today, but he's the head coach of the Windy City Bulls.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Who knew? This is his first. So, anyway.
Wow, good question. Hey, another great fan of the show, a follower. Yep. Okay, I got one here. Now, this could be, we got a comedian in the house.
Oh, boy.
So it could be one of the guys from the group text, or it could be somebody else. And I also think this could be an alum. Here's the handle from Twitter. Deckman's Droopy Rod. That's all it says. There's no number. So Deckman's Droopy Rod. Deckman. He put, now this is like, normally these guys come out and attack us or attack the Bulls. He put, the Bulls are fun to watch. They're bringing the excitement back to the UC, but Billy Donovan is an ugly Ray Liotta wannabe.
Oh,
so I don't know if he's attacking the coach.
Wow.
He's doing a great job. You're attacking his physical traits.
So superficial, you know?
Yeah, like, come on.
I don't know about that.
I know it's not Matt Deckman who put that.
No, he would never. He would never sit that low.
So, you know, hit up if you guys haven't seen, hit us up on Twitter, spaghetti_meatballs. Hit us up with questions, comments that you guys want to see on the show, if you just want to shout out. But Deckman's Droopy Rod. Come on. I mean, seriously. You know, we like to have fun, but all right, let's get into the show. So we're texting earlier today. I said we got another positive case. Yeah. I texted you immediately. I said, you need to get in touch with your guys on the inside. So what have you heard? What are we?
Yeah, I mean, right when they think they've got this thing under control, another one pops up. So I don't know. You know, you just can only plug so many holes. Now they had to sign the who did they sign to the hardship contract?
Stanley Johnson.
Yes, Stanley Johnson. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you get any more of these, we're going to be really hurting.
We are.
Have any anything about it?
Here's when is it? And I don't know if you know offhand. Are we getting Kobe back soon? Because he was several days before DeMar. DeMar's in at 3, 4, 5 already.
Yeah. Kobe was before Javante too.
Yes, Kobe was the first.
So I would think that he's got to be coming back within the next week for sure. Within one of these next 3 games, I would think.
So we got that. So I guess at this point, are your guys on the inside concerned this is spreading, or is this just an semi-isolated?
Well, you know, the first couple they weren't too concerned, but now it's becoming an issue. So
okay, well, I guess it's something we're gonna have to monitor.
Yeah.
If you get an update, can you put it on Twitter, because the people are like, we guys only do 1 show a week. So if you get something,
that's not the first time that you know, we've been asked to create more content, but you know, can only do so much. But as soon as we hear something, we'll get it out there. We'll let
it out to you guys. So that was one thing we had to address, that, you know, like we always say, we're not all sunshine and rainbow. So let's address that. But let's get into it. We're 3-0. Mm-hmm. What are some things that you're just, you know, amped on?
Some things that I'm amped on. Well, just the continued improvement of this team from top to bottom. You know, guys missing time, other guys have to step up. Derek Jones Jr. I know that we've both been raving about Io. I mean, I don't know what else you can expect from the kid this early in his career, but it's just been fun watching. I really like how, you know, this team is at its best when our defense is creating offense, and did a good job of the last few games because, like we said in the beginning, all three of those games were kind of different wins in their own right, but especially in that Brooklyn game and that Denver game, not the prettiest of games, especially the first half of that Denver game, but they found a way to get stops, get some transition buckets, and it's just, fun to watch.
You're right, 100%. One thing, and I know we always go back to because he is your guy, is Vooch is stepping up. Early in that, we were texting and we're like, he's got to hit those. He's got to hit those.
Yeah.
And I believe Frank jumped in. He made a guest appearance. You guys know Frank Murray. I know he's still a little depressed about St. Rita and the championship, but we're not going to get into that. Frank said right on cue, and then Vooch started to heat up.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge positive is Vooch is stepping up in DeMar's absence.
Yeah, big time. And this is going back to the first game of the of the weekend there against the Knicks. All three of our,
I think they had Brooklyn first.
I thought it
was Brooklyn, then New York.
Whatever game it was against the Knicks. All three of those guys, Vooch, Zach, and DeMar. I mean, if you can get that performance from those three guys, it was, all of them scored at least 27 points.
Yep.
6-7 rebounds, few assists. I mean, man, you can't ask for much more than that.
No. Again, going into tonight's game, we need continued Vooch play, and I know we got some boards, but we need more. We need 10 boards out of you tonight.
Yeah.
And I know we got it the other night, and Lonzo stepped up with 10 big boards.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned Lonzo because through this, he's that steady, consistent factor throughout all these games. The heavy pressure on the ball, playing good defense, getting out in transition, finding open guys.
And you know what thing I do on Lonzo that's really I'm like, man, this guy was a great get for us, is he's deferring to Zach and DeMar to even bring the ball up in the fourth quarter. Like, here you go. Take it up, run the ISO, run the offense through you, and I'm here.
Yeah.
So just really impressed. Team guided. I didn't think I was wrong. So, yeah.
I mean, there's definitely this is beyond. It's beyond my expectations of how good they would be this early in the season. So, we at this point in the season with how they're playing now, and especially getting it from top to bottom, I mean, they are legitimate title contenders at this point in the season.
Yep. You're right. It's for the taking.
Now,
I watched Golden State on Friday night. They are impressive. I don't want to get out in front of my skis. I don't want to put the horse in front of the cart. So let's just, know.
Yeah.
But
still, I mean, I didn't think that, what are we, 27 games in, 28 games in, that we'd be
19-8 or wherever we're at right now.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So pregame show, we're talking. Obviously, we're going to have to talk about Io. And what I loved about Io is I don't know if you read the quote by Billy. He said he went to him before game. And I don't have it written down. This is just me kind of paraphrasing. Went to him before the game, said, you're going to start. We're going to get a lot of minutes out of you. And he said the kid was unfazed and was like, whatever you need.
Yep. And I think that's his greatest characteristic, is that he's just willing to do whatever this team needs him to do. It's coming in.
Billy also mentioned he's not the most athletic. He's not the best shooter. He's not the best defender. He's not the fastest guy. He just does everything the right way.
Yep, exactly. He's not going to make a lot of mistakes out there. He's not going to put, himself or the team in a bad situation. So, and that's impressive for a rookie with 25 games under it. And,
it's interesting because the old administration kind of pride themselves on finding those end of the first round, Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson, diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
And, we didn't have that first round pick.
Yeah.
We definitely found a diamond in the rough in that middle of the second round in Iowa.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's playing like he was a first round pick for sure.
For sure. So can he keep it up tonight against, I believe they call him the young bull, Colin Sexton, which I love him as a player.
Right.
So,
It's going to be an interesting game tonight against Cleveland because they pose a pretty decent threat in the front court.
Well, and they got ex-Bull Lowry Markkinen, Denzel
Yeah.
Valentine, so we might have a little revenge factor. And as
Yeah.
we talked about, with that number in that game, are they saying Lowry's that pissed off about things that I mean, for our listeners, the Bulls are getting 3 points here.
+3.
+3.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know because I was looking at his stats this season so far, and it's not.
Yeah, the guy sucks.
Yeah, it's 14 points, 6 boards, or something like that. So,
yeah,
I don't know if that's what you're counting on. Then good luck to you. But
yeah,
I think Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are pretty formidable.
Yeah. Jared Allen, I've always liked. I mean, he's just old school. He just gets the job done.
Yep.
So my question here, first, do you know, have you heard from your guys or from any other, is IO starting tonight? Is AC back? Like, what's going on?
You know what? I haven't gotten final word, but I believe AC is still out. They're going to try and test him again before the Miami game this weekend, but I think he's out for tonight, and I would assume that IO is going to be back in the starting lineup.
He's got to be
playing the same role that he played the other night. So
right,
it'll be interesting to see if he can do it in back-to-back games.
Well, we have a good starting lineup. We got Vooch, we got Lonzo, we got Zach, we got IO. So
yeah, he's got a lot of good pieces to work with around.
I didn't catch the start of the last game. I know I texted you. I was still at work. Who started in that 5th spot? Did Tony Bradley? Did Derek Jones Jr.?
You know what? I also missed the beginning of it, so I'm not sure. When I tuned into that game, we were down by like 12 points in the first.
12, 13 points, yeah.
And I thought it was going to be just one of those games, but yeah. So I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Yeah, we'll see. So really looking forward to tonight's game. We got on the horizon. We got Cleveland, Miami. And then I think Tuesday we got a bad Detroit team coming in. So there's 3 winnable games. As always, we don't want to be greedy. I think if we can come away 2-1 out of those 3 games before the next show, I'm pumped.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, like you said, with those 3, I mean, I guess the Heat is going to be a good battle. But
Bam's out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And Jimmy's questionable. He hurt his back or something.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, especially if those guys are out, then, But again, too, it's hard to say with all these injuries on the Bulls. It's not hard to imagine that at some point it's going to catch up to them here.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why I said I'm not expecting perfection every night and undefeated season here. Like, I'm a realist. Let's take care of Detroit, obviously, and let's win one out of these next 2.
Yeah.
If we can get a win tonight, see what happens with Miami, and then take care of Detroit, I'm happy.
Yeah, that game's in Cleveland tonight, right?
In Cleveland. Let me
a little bit an earlier start. We got a 6:00 start then.
Yeah, 6:00 start. Let me check.
Yeah, I believe that's what it is.
And then I think I even looked further ahead. We got Toronto after that. So some winnable games. Yeah, it's a 6:00 start tonight at Cleveland. So we got some winnable games.
Bulls +3. So we're gonna sprinkle that cheese on right now.
Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get the show account. How much? We got 500 in the show account balance. What do you want to put on it?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident in this one. I'm willing to say half of that.
250.
That's how I'm feeling right now with it.
Okay, you guys heard it. We're +500 in the show account. We took a little bit of a hit on Houston. No one saw that coming.
Did you know that they're undefeated since that game?
Yeah, but you know what? The Bulls are 5-1 since that game. So
yeah,
2 hottest teams in the NBA.
Yeah, it's not looking like such a bad loss anymore.
No. So we're gonna put 250 of the show's money on the Bulls +3. Do we take the spread or we take the money line?
Well, I guess you take the spread if you're getting 3, right?
I just didn't know that. I don't know what the odds are on the money line, but they got to be better.
Good question. It's on my phone here, and I've got to do this recording from my.
No, don't worry. I'll look into it. I'll put it out on Twitter what we're going to take so people can follow along with us. Okay, so we touched on, we got the, and I gotta say, the starting lineup from Chicago. You love it.
Good. That was good.
Yeah, gets me back to my old days up in section 321 with Mick Resser.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I've heard stories.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah. And anything with him though is
just a character, just a nut. All right, what do you have a dish of the week?
You know what? We again texting back and forth the other night. Frank was also in this text, although he wasn't able to watch the game, so he was
something was going on.
Yeah, and I think he was kind of getting a little salty that he couldn't watch it, and we were able to watch it. So
what does the guy want out of us?
Exactly. But I'm going to give any one of 3 passes from Io the other night.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing.
There was the one with him along the baseline with the little no-look pass to
Derek Jones.
Yep. And then
it was almost 3 consecutive plays, or like 3 out of 5 or something.
They all happened within like 2 minutes.
I think I know where you're headed. I'm just gonna say my favorite was kind of the underhanded, like loft up. Like I thought it was way over Zach's head.
Yeah.
And he got it from dumb.
I loved it. Even Zach loved it. You see him afterwards?
Yeah, afterwards. This is having fun.
Well, that's what, and I'm sitting there watching the game with Jules, with my wife, and I don't know how into it she is and stuff.
Oh yeah, same. I feel ya.
This team's not just good; they're fun good. Like they're fun to watch. When
Can I say the only downside to this team?
What's that?
Can I say the only downside to this team?
Yeah.
I wake up early. I've had a long day at work. I'm watching the game. I get so freaking amped, I can't go to bed.
You keep running it over and over again.
Yeah, I'm just like in bed, like.
I know. But then you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh yeah,
I'm tired, but it's worth it. So
Yeah, you're not the only one. I hear you.
And then you want to talk about the third, so we're going to highlight the 3. And I know the one you're talking about, but I wanted to let you kind of finish this off because I stole one from you. So
no, no problem at all. Now I can't remember. Was it to Lonzo?
Alonzo.
Okay, so an alley-oop.
And can I demonstrate Lonzo afterwards?
Please do.
And I don't know how we can see it. He dunks and he goes
just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Io served it up to him on a platter. He threw it.
Oh, what a win!
Good stuff.
So I was fired up. So we
one of those qualify as the dish of the week.
Yep. So there's our dish of the week. We sprinkled the cheese on there for you with the line, the show line tonight. Remember, get out and follow us, spaghetti_MeatBULLS on Twitter. We're gonna if we find out about that starting lineup, we're gonna tweet that out. Tweet out our pick tonight, which is Bulls +3 for 250.
Yeah. So don't miss out on that action, because that's about the most comfortable I've felt on a little Parmesan cheese all season.
Yeah. So I know I have to skip out a little early tonight, kind of short show today. Is there anything else you want to send us off with?
Hey, I just want to say good luck to you coming up. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So, there just for our viewers and listeners out there, John's got a little meat bowl on the way. So
meat bowl on the way any day now. So
we might have a guest host next week. So I just want
somebody might, I got to keep you guys in because we're all family here. I got to go pick up the oldest meatball now, but there's a new meatball on the way. And so if I'm out, that's the reason. Nobody be concerned. But the wife's going to be having the baby, and we got to.
I hope you're okay that I threw that out there.
No. We're all family on spaghetti and meatballs here. So
yeah. So good luck to you and the missus. And
I appreciate it. I plan on being there next week, but we'll see. I'll keep you in the loop. And guys, if you see, me not there, you know why. So great show. Great team, great partner in crime over there.
Gotta love it.
All right, guys. Till next time. I'm going to send this to you.
All right. That's Elvis Day.